As the world watches the escalating trade tensions between the US and its global partners, Lord Peter Mandelson, the newly appointed UK ambassador to the US, is on a mission to secure a crucial carve-out for Britain from the recently imposed steel and aluminum tariffs. With the tariffs now in effect, Mandelson faces a tight deadline to negotiate an exemption by next week, a task that could define the future of UK-US trade relations. The tariffs, imposed by President Donald Trump as part of his America First agenda, have been met with disappointment in the UK. The 25% duty on steel and aluminum imports into the US will make British steel £100 million more expensive for American firms to import annually, posing a significant challenge to the UK's struggling steel industry. Despite these challenges, the UK has opted for a pragmatic approach, choosing not to immediately retaliate with counter-tariffs, unlike the European Union, which has announced plans to impose billions of euros in countermeasures. Mandelson, known for his diplomatic prowess and role in shaping new Labour, has been working tirelessly to prevent a trade war. He has emphasized the strong historical and cultural ties between the US and the UK, suggesting that trade should not be a point of contention between the two nations. In a recent address, Mandelson highlighted the shared values and interests of the two countries, urging a cooperative approach to trade issues. Business Secretary Jonathan Reynolds has echoed Mandelson's sentiments, stating that the UK is rapidly negotiating a broader economic agreement with the US, which could eliminate additional tariffs. This approach reflects a desire to maintain dialogue and avoid escalating tensions, despite pressure from some quarters to adopt a tougher stance. The Liberal Democrats have criticized the government's response as ineffective, arguing that the UK should take stronger action to protect its steel industry. The UK's situation is complicated by its recent departure from the EU, which had previously shielded it from some trade disputes. Now, Britain finds itself navigating trade policies independently, seeking to balance its relationships with both the US and the EU. The ongoing negotiations with the US are crucial not only for the steel industry, but also for the UK's broader economic strategy post-Brexit. As Mandelson works to secure a tariff carve-out by next week, the stakes are high. Success could stabilize UK-US trade relations and provide relief to the steel industry. Failure, however, could lead to further economic strain and potentially escalate tensions into a full-blown trade war. The coming days will be pivotal in determining the course of UK-US trade diplomacy. The EU has announced significant countermeasures against US goods, which could impact billions of euros in exports. This move contrasts with the UK's more cautious approach. The UK steel industry is urging the government to take decisive action to protect it from the tariffs, which come at a challenging time due to high energy costs and low demand. The UK is exploring broader trade agreements with the US, including potential tech partnerships, which could help mitigate the impact of tariffs. The outcome of Mandelson's negotiations will have far-reaching implications for UK-US relations and the global trade landscape. As the UK navigates these complex issues, its ability to balance diplomacy with economic interests will be closely watched. The coming weeks will reveal whether the UK can secure a favorable trade position or if it will face continued challenges in the global market.